morning, or I should say good afternoon really, because I am videoing this on Friday afternoon because we have such a crazy weekend ahead of us that, well, just to make sure I got it done, we're getting it done tonight. So happy Saturday morning to all of you guys. We are going to start our subscriber spotlight today with a lot of submissions this week. To introduce myself, in case you don't know me, I am Penny from So Charming Quilt Shop in Clanton, Alabama, and we like to spend Saturday mornings first thing with showing you all of the things that you guys are working on, focusing on what you guys have made and just seeing the creativity that is out there, because there is a lot of it. So we're going to show you some of that today. We have a subscriber, Barbara Catalano, and she turned in a picture last week of her stitch book. Well, I didn't get the rest of the pictures, and so I asked her if she could send some of the inside pictures and told her if she had sent them, I didn't get them, or if she could send them again. Well, she has sent them, and well, let's look at what she's done. She's learning all kinds of stitches, and what a great way to learn them and keep a record of them so that you can go back and refer to them when you're trying to do another stitch that you might have forgotten about in the past. So let's look at what she's done. Now, if you remember last week, we showed the picture of the front of her book. I put it in there again so you could see it this time too. But what a creative way to do that. I've never thought of doing it that way, but I loved it. Thank you for showing us that. And we're going to keep going with some other submissions. Taylor Wood is a local here to us. She comes in the shop from time to time, and she has submitted a picture of a quilt that she has made, and she submitted it into the Blount County Quilters Guild quilt show. She won first place. So let's take a look at what her quilt looks like. It is great. Thank you, Taylor, for showing this. I know she is proud of that ribbon, and she should be. Taylor, thank you for showing us your quilt and sharing your ribbon with us. So we appreciate seeing that. You did a fabulous job. We have some more. The next one comes to us from Vicki Britton from Olive Branch, Mississippi. She said she's been quilting for 30 years, but she always makes for other people, and this time she made one for herself. She finished this latest one in time for coming by the shop to pick out backings for the quilt. Came from Mississippi, and well, she said when she got to our shop, she was blown away at the shop and could have spent hours there. Thank you. That was so sweet. We appreciated reading that email, and thank you for that. She said she watches us on a little TV screen that sits beside her sewing machine. She said it's like having a friend there to sew with her. Oh my goodness, that just melted my heart when I read that. Thank you. That is so sweet. Thank you for telling us all that. Thank you for coming by the shop. We appreciate your kind words. Now let's look at what she has made. Wasn't that gorgeous? And actually, behind the quilt was just as gorgeous. Can you imagine just sitting there and swinging? Oh my goodness. Loved the picture, and I love the quilt. Thank you for submitting that. It was fabulous. The colors were great. I love the pattern. I had not seen that one before. I love it. So thank you for letting us see that, and thank you for coming by the shop. The next quilt that we had turned in was from Miss Diana Marcotti, and she is from Kansas. She has submitted several quilts. The first couple are star quilts, and they are going into an auction for a friend who has cancer. She added that the table runner quilt is also going into the auction, and that the one that is on point, that one is going to another friend of hers. So let's admire her quilts. Weren't those fabulous? You guys are incredible with what you turn in. We love seeing it. We're going to keep going because we're not done yet. Miss Jan Olson has submitted a picture for us for a quilt that she has made, and it is a potato chip quilt. And if you don't know what a potato chip quilt is, it is a quilt with lots of little pieces. And she even went on to say that it was a lot of pieces to cut and sew. You will know what I'm talking about when you see this one. They are tiny little pieces sewn together into a quilt. What better way to use up your scraps, right? Well, let's see what hers looks like. What a great way to use up your scraps. We appreciate her sending that one as well. We are going to keep going. The next one comes to us from Miss Eleanor Davis. She is local to us at the shop and comes in quite often. And, well, she has submitted a little different this time. She submitted an email that I'm going to need to read to you because I don't want to get it wrong. And then she has submitted a video of her quilt. So let me read this to you so I don't get it wrong. She said, I'm submitting a video for Subscriber Spotlight. Here is its story. I began teaching myself how to quilt and to make quilts and wall hangings after many years away from sewing. I referred to my needlework as refrigerator art, the artwork only a mother would love. I met a woman in the community who became my mentor, Miss Civaline Scott. I showed very few people my needlework art. Civaline saw nearly everything I made and always encouraged me. She said, Civaline passed away last year. I still miss showing her my work. I no longer refer to it as refrigerator art. Civaline's daughter gave me a lot of her fabric. I used her fabric for the background and 7 of the critters. That's the quilt that she's about to show us. The critters were adapted from the pattern So Cute Critters by Cindy Oates. The appliques were done by hand and machine. The eyes were drawn with fabric markers. The baby quilt, Civaline's Menagerie, will be donated to my quilt guild. She's even put a label on this, and I'm going to show you the quilt and the label, but I'll show you her video as well. So let's look at this quilt. Didn't you love that? That was so cute. That is going to be a precious baby quilt loved by somebody. We are going to keep going. We have more. You guys were busy this week. The next submission comes to us from Miss Susan Barkley. She is out of Texas, and she said that she makes quilts for family and friends and charity organizations, and that she watches videos and is inspired by all the people out there that are creating quilts, and she loves it. So she has submitted a video that she has put together, a slideshow of the quilts that she has made. And talk about busy. Look at how many she has done. She has been a busy woman, and they are beautiful quilts. So let's take a look at the video she submitted. That was a lot of work, a lot of time, but what a great investment. For years to come, people will enjoy those quilts, and they are gorgeous. You did a fabulous job, and thank you for showing us what you have made. We are all inspired by your work. So thank you. We still have more. We are not done. The next submission comes to us from Miss Juanita Thomas, and she is from Valparaiso, Florida. She came up today, actually Friday. So when you're seeing this, it'll be yesterday, but she came up to the shop with her daughter, Angela Qualls, and they came up on their way to Maggie Valley for vacation and stopped by the shop. They said they watch the videos all the time and they just wanted to stop, see the shop, look around, see us, and talk to us, and we had a great visit with them. Miss Juanita had brought in a couple of her quilts that she had made, one of which was hand stitched, and they were both gorgeous. So we took some pictures of them so that you guys can see them as well. And then her daughter, Miss Angela, she brought in a couple of Afghans that she had crocheted, and they were gorgeous as well. So we took some pictures of those. And in the course of the conversation, we found out this Miss Juanita's great granddaughter, who is 7 years old, has started quilting and is having a great time with it. So I asked, they were showing me the picture of her, and I asked if we could show that as well, because everyone loves to see the little kids start with the quilting. And well, this is going to be just adorable. Wait till you see this little girl. She is precious, and her quilt she has done fabulous on. They said she's already making another one for a friend. And well, you know what they say about quilting. Once you start, it's very addictive. Well, this 7-year-old I think is already addictive. Let's look at Miss Juanita's two quilts that she has pictures of, Miss Angela's Afghans that she has made, and then Miss Avery Pugh's quilt. Now she's the 7-year-old and she's from Flomaton, Alabama. So let's take a look at all three of these people's submissions. Didn't they do great? All of them were great. Tell them how great they did, especially little Avery. What a great job. We appreciate you guys letting us take those pictures when you came to the shop. We really appreciate you coming by the shop and wanting to meet us. We enjoyed the visit and hope you did as well. Hope you have a great vacation week this week as well. I told them that since they were going to Maggie Valley that I might just kind of hide away in their trunk. And had there been room, I probably would have, because they are going to have a great time this week. So thank you guys for letting us show everyone those pictures. We appreciate them and all the work you guys have done. We have one more. It is Miss Michael Ann Amison, and she is a local here, sort of. She's about 45 minutes south of us, and she has come to a class or two that we have done, and she is just the sweetest little thing you will ever meet. Well, she did you remember not long ago, I did the quilt door hanger of the pumpkins, the scrappy pumpkin pattern, and she did that, made a block, and Michael Ann took that pumpkin pattern that we had done for the door hanger, the scrappy one, and she made it, and then she Mod Podged it onto a pumpkin and put it in the parade of pumpkins that is just a little bit south of us down here in Alabama. And well, it turned out so cute. So let's see how she has done that. This is so much fun for me because you do something one way and then someone takes it and does it a different way. It's just so fun to see, and the creativity, great. So thank you, Michael Ann, for showing us this. Let's take a look. Wasn't that cute? She did such a great job. All of these submissions today were incredible. We enjoyed everything that we saw. Thank you all for submitting them. If you want to submit something for next week, turn it into sewcharmingquiltshop@gmail.com. It's SEW charmingquiltshop@gmail.com. We would love to see whatever it is you're making. It doesn't have to be quilting. It can be crochet. It can be pottery. It can be whatever, painting. As long as you made it with your hands or someone else has made it and given it to you, show it. We want to see it. We want to see what everyone is working on. So thank you for everyone that has submitted. Thank you to all of you that will submit, and we look forward to those. So until next week, we are going to get on to work and get some things done. We will see you again this week with some other videos, and then again next Saturday. So until then, you guys have a great week. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Have a good time. Get into that sewing room and get creative. And well, happy quilting.